Boy, that was a tragic story about, a husband that was cheating on his wife, and she ended up taking his life for cheating. Let's go ahead and check that out.
25-year-old Denise Malcolm is facing a first-degree murder charge in the death of her husband, Rowan Malcolm. A lengthy arrest affidavit lays out that Denise was, quote, at her wit's end with his lies and deceit over allegations her husband was cheating. Following a 45-minute fight, police say Malcolm shot her husband multiple times.
The officers made entry into the residence to check on the well-being of anybody who may be inside. They did come across and encounter one male individual who had suffered multiple gunshot wounds.
Malcolm appeared in court.
Ms. Malcolm, you are here on one count of premeditated murder.
The report goes on to say that Malcolm had contemplated suicide, but as her husband was bleeding on the ground, he said something that changed her mind, and she shot him one more time.
But let me tell you something. Listen, I understand that, being cheated on and all that is hurtful. I get that 2,000%. But let me say something about that. The best thing you could do is just move on with your life and let that person go. You can't change what they did. You have two choices. Either you walk away from the situation or you work it out with them. One of the two. That's the only thing really you have. But you sitting up here shooting this man multiple times, you was going to take your life. They said something to you, made you change your mind, and then you end up shooting him again. Now this woman is going to be in jail for the rest of her doggone life. And for what? For something that she couldn't control. You cannot control that man if he's out there laying up with other women. Just like a man can't control if his woman is laying up with other men. The only thing you can do is leave the situation. Sure, you're going to be hurt. Sure, you're going to be angry. Of course you are. But it's not worth you throwing your life away for something that they chose to do. Now, this woman's going to spend the rest of her doggone life in prison because she took that man's life. The jury not going to take into account anything about, oh, he was cheating. They're not going to want to hear that. No, they're going to say, no, you could have left. You could have divorced him, moved on with your life. And that is 2,000% true. Do not ever react in violence or anger that's going to put you in prison for something they chose to do. You can't control other people and what they do. The only thing you could do is control you. Move on and think about it. Them doing that would have got you into the next person you meet, may be the best person to slice bread, and they'd have never did that. You'd have never met that person, right? But going to spend the rest of your life in a cage and dealing with the savages in prison, no, not for somebody that cheated.